You're the chef, a scruffy old man like you. Give me a break." Sighing heavily and shaking his head was the younger head chef. "Why on earth would someone like you be working here? Has HR finally lost its touch? Just do some cleaning or something. That's more your style." With a look of utter disgust, he pointed me out and assigned me some cleaning tasks before returning to the kitchen. I'm reaching my limit of patience. I came here to cook. A month later, when the head chef couldn't cook anymore, I stepped in and cooked. Who made this dish? That was the moment my life took a dramatic turn. My name is Jack. Due to certain circumstances, I'm unemployed. Fortunately, I had some savings, so I thought of this as a summer break from life and didn't work for a while, but I have a family to consider. Just as I was thinking it was time to start working again, I got an offer from Frederick, an acquaintance, who asked me, "How about cooking at my place?" The job was at an upscale restaurant frequented by politicians and top entertainers. "It's been a while since you last worked, but with your skills, you'll be fine, right? I didn't graduate from high school, nor did I attend a culinary school, but I'm confident in my cooking skills." And Frederick saw that talent in me and invited me. I couldn't let him down. "Leave it to me," I replied with enthusiasm. This upscale restaurant, spread across major cities, was quite a large operation. It was divided into various sections like reception, service, cleaning, each with regular training and workshops, not just cooking. My name is Jack. Starting today, I'll be in the cooking department. I'm looking forward to working with you. On my first day, eager to make a good impression, I greeted everyone cheerfully, but the man in front of me seemed to be in a bad mood. Such low education, didn't even go to high school or culinary school. It's sickening enough that an amateur is here. And what's with that outfit? On this day, I had dressed casually in slacks, a t-shirt, and a jacket. As Frederick had told me, "You're just going to change anyway, so dress comfortably." Do you even realize where you are? If you were a skilled chef, it might be accepted, but as an amateur, at least show some sincerity with your attire. This grumpy man was Tom. After graduating from culinary school, he trained in French cuisine in France and was appointed head chef here at the age of 30, as I heard from Frederick. "A guy like you in our kitchen, what is HR doing? Here you go." Saying this, he handed me a basket of cleaning supplies. "A scruffy old man like you shouldn't even be in the kitchen. Go do some cleaning. That's more suitable for you. Don't come back until I've cleaned all the toilets in the storeroom," he said, shutting me out of the kitchen. Honestly, it was frustrating, but I decided to take it as an apprentice job and do it. Maybe if I show my work ethic here, I might get some recognition. I didn't just clean the toilets and storeroom. I scrubbed every nook and cranny, both visible and hidden. First, I had to earn my way into the kitchen, so I fueled my enthusiasm. But 2 weeks passed, and I was still cleaning. "Jack, you really are efficient. Your work is meticulous." Jennifer, a part-time cleaner, always praised me like this. My reputation among the cleaning staff was rising, but I was feeling mixed as cleaning wasn't what I wanted to do. Everything starts with cleaning. I've been taught to always tidy the place before you work, so cleaning itself wasn't a burden. In fact, I like cleaning, but this was a different story. The first week was good. While being burdened with work, I managed to clean places the cleaners couldn't reach. It was rewarding and fulfilling. But by the second week, there was hardly anything left to clean. Having done almost all the major cleaning in the first week, once the toilets and water areas were done, only light cleaning was left. This left me with too much idle time. And now it's been 3 weeks since I've been relegated to cleaning duties. I still haven't been allowed into the kitchen. I just wanted to work in the kitchen, even if it meant starting with dishwashing. I tried to negotiate with Tom several times, but he never agreed. Do you really think someone like you can negotiate? Just stick to cleaning. I've already finished almost all the major cleaning in the first week, and I have an excellent cleaner working with me every day. So I at least want to start in the kitchen with dishwashing. You don't deserve to be in the kitchen. Just go back to cleaning. And like that, I was shut out every time. Why do I have to endure this? I was a mess of frustration and anger at the unfairness. I just wanted them to see my cooking before judging me. I was stunned to receive such unfair treatment based solely on my background. Tom graduated from a prestigious culinary school in New York, then trained in France and San Francisco. Despite his skills, he seems to have a nature that can't be satisfied without asserting dominance. Well, even a high school dropout can clean. Good for you, learning to clean in middle school. Lately, I've been trying not to engage with him too much, as it's just tiresome. Whether I react or not, he's always in a bad mood, and ignoring him seems to make him lose interest faster. Geez, why is he like that? Jennifer tilts her head in wonder. I wish I knew. What about me doesn't he like? Is it because I'm a high school dropout? I didn't graduate, but I did attend high school for a bit. Is it because I didn't go to a culinary school? You can learn to cook even without attending a culinary school. Initially, I kept questioning myself, but eventually realized that thinking about it wouldn't yield any answers, so I stopped. When I'm cleaning, Tom often comes to check on me and makes snide remarks. Humph, cleaning suits you. You're more fitting as a cleaner than a chef, he says, smirking as he watches me clean. I was taught that everything starts with cleaning. When I reply like that, he visibly gets in a worse mood. Is that so? Then keep doing it for life. He clicks his tongue, kicks a nearby trash bin, and messily shuts the door on his way back to the kitchen. It's really too much, Jack. You're actually supposed to be in the cooking department, right? Jennifer sympathizes with me, seeing how much disdain I'm receiving. Thanks for worrying about me. While I felt embarrassed, her kindness was a relief to me. It's not your fault, Jack. Besides, we're grateful to you. Jennifer, look, most of our cleaning team are older ladies, right? Many of us have backaches. You cleaning every corner so thoroughly, even in places we can't reach. Whether it was encouragement or sincerity, Jennifer patted my shoulder, saying cheer up, and went back to the break room. I was reaching my limit of patience, but I endured it. I didn't want to disappoint Frederick or cause problems, and the part-time staff in the cleaning team were all nice people, making it a comfortable place to be. I didn't plan to stay in the cleaning team forever, but I didn't want to be bothersome or cause any trouble either. Then, one day, an opportunity arrived. A high-profile politician, Mark, was coming to the restaurant, creating a buzz. With a tense atmosphere to avoid any mistakes, the tension was palpable. The kitchen was filled with nervous energy. Suddenly, a loud crashing sound echoed, and the commotion intensified. Tom, are you okay? Such a bad injury. We need to stop the bleeding. It seemed that Tom had been injured. His injury was severe enough that he couldn't hold a knife, and amidst the hurried first aid, the kitchen was enveloped in anxiety. What do we do? There's less than an hour left. In the bustling kitchen where everyone was flustered because they couldn't start cooking without Tom, I raised my hand. Which recipe is it for today? I'll do it. The room fell silent. They seemed unsure whether to let me do it or not. Go ahead and try if you think you can. It's a good opportunity, Tom said, his face twisted in pain. It must have been a tough decision for him. A young apprentice handed me the recipe. Here it is. I quickly read through it and picked up a knife. I can do this, I'm sure of it. Everyone's eyes were on my hands. They were murmuring in surprise, but I was too focused to hear them clearly. It's done. Please check the taste. In a matter of minutes, I had nearly completed the dish. There were only about 10 minutes left before Mark arrived. Reluctantly, Tom tasted my cooking. "Who are you, really?" He looked at me in surprise, then went on to taste each dish. "Yeah, this will do. Finish it up." With the go-ahead, I quickly completed the final touches. Tom watched me with a curious gaze. "Mark has arrived. Please start with the appetizer." I silently worked through the predetermined menu. Before I knew it, I had finished serving the last dessert. I had done it. I felt a wave of relief at this accomplishment. Mark has left. He was very satisfied. Yes, the kitchen was enveloped in joy. Tom looked stunned, but then, coming to his senses, said, "Jack, can you take over the kitchen today?" and then left. Was I finally recognized? I spent the rest of the day cooking in the kitchen. I was filled with joy, feeling a sensation I hadn't felt in a long time. It was a delightful day. A few days later, Frederick, who had been on an overseas inspection, returned and called me to his office. "Jack, it's been a while. How's it going?" "Managing well." "Well, so-so, I guess." As we were having a light chat, there was a knock on the door. "Today, there's someone who wants to meet you," Frederick said, inviting in the person who knocked. Led by Tom, in came the politician, Mark. "You were the chef that day. Nice to meet you. I'm Jack. The dish you prepared that day was excellent." "Thank you." Mark smiled warmly and extended his hand. I gently shook it. Apparently, the dish I prepared that day had been well received by the guests, and it seemed to have facilitated the success of their meeting. They even promised to dine here again next time. "Thanks to you, the deal was a success. I'm truly grateful," Mark said, and then he left. The one who took over the knife for me when I was injured that day was Jack. His skills were impressive. "Who exactly is he?" Tom asked Frederick with a slightly discontented look. "Unsatisfied, are you? I told you I had called a skilled chef for help." Frederick glared at him and Tom retorted. But what actually came was a high school dropout, someone who didn't seem to have learned cooking. "And where did you deduce that he hasn't learned cooking?" "His educational background. He didn't go to culinary school." Frederick sighed deeply. "Tom, you're certainly skilled, but that's all," Frederick said, looking away from Tom disappointedly. "Do you really think that culinary school is the only place to learn cooking?" Frederick asked Tom directly. Tom was at a loss for words. "Jack dropped out of high school and learned cooking under me," Frederick revealed quietly, causing Tom's eyes to widen. "Yes, right after I graduated from middle school, I became Frederick's apprentice. It all started when I was moved by a meal at a hotel my family visited. Back then, I desperately begged Frederick to teach me cooking. Looking back, I was such a cheeky kid. But Frederick said, 'Once you graduate middle school and can work part-time, come to my place.' Right after graduation, I started working part-time at the hotel while attending high school, initially just cleaning and washing dishes. I felt deceived at first, but being able to watch Frederick's work up close was stimulating. One day, having finished cleaning and dishwashing early, I practiced knife skills with discarded scraps. It was imitative, but I remember enjoying it. Frederick found me doing this. 'Do you want to cook?' Expecting to be scolded, he simply asked me that. I can forget the dish you made that day. I want to be able to cook like that." From the next day, before the hotel opened for business, Frederick started teaching me whenever I was in for work. It was much more fun than school, and gradually, I started working at the hotel more than attending school, eventually dropping out of high school. Frederick was dismayed when he heard this, but said, "If you have that much passion, I'll commit too." That's when my rigorous training began. I was scolded daily, but it was more fun, and I was happy to see myself improving. Eventually, Frederick opened this restaurant, and I went independent. Those days were fun, but I had to close my shop due to a bad back that prevented me from cooking. It was frustrating, but Frederick had told me, "Come back anytime once you are healed," so I decided to fully enjoy my break. And now, here I am, returning as a chef. You judged a person solely by their education and made him a cleaner, didn't you? Frederick said quietly, anger seeping through Tom, pale and trembling. Do you think someone who judges others by their education and looks down on them can have the heart to host guests? Do you judge customers the same way? Frederick glared at Tom. Tom, how long did Jack work as a cleaner here? 1 month. Tom answered hesitantly. Then, you'll spend 1 month cleaning the entire place as a cleaner. Tom was banned from the kitchen for 1 month. This seemed to hit Tom hard. He was quite dejected. A month later, after his ban was lifted, Tom came to apologize to me. Jack, I'm really sorry about that time. I was surprised by how deeply Tom apologized. Please don't apologize. It's all in the past now. But, really, don't worry about it. Instead, let's focus on providing better dishes to our customers. Saying this, I finally got Tom to agree. I was the only chef specifically invited by Frederick to this restaurant. I learned that after training in France, Tom had been working as a chef at a high-end restaurant in San Francisco. Frederick had scouted him there and brought him over. Being chosen by Frederick himself for the opening team, I had to deliver results. I was desperate, but in the end, I overdid it. Tom laughed self-deprecatingly. From then on, we both pushed and encouraged each other. I taught Tom all the skills I had, and I learned a lot from him too. Hey, about this menu. That's good, but maybe this could be. Every day after business hours, we brainstormed new menu ideas and techniques. It was fulfilling. Inspired by us, other employees started asking for advice, leading us to hold regular tasting sessions and training workshops. Everyone polished their skills for these sessions, gaining confidence and improving rapidly. As the chefs grew, the restaurant's reputation soared, and more chefs went on to open their own places. Being a chef from this restaurant became a brand in itself, and I became the head chef before I knew it. Tom recommended me when he decided to start his own restaurant. Jack, this is for my restaurant. Taste it for me. One day, Tom brought a prototype dish he planned to serve at his restaurant. A fusion of the depth of Italian cuisine and the refined presentation of French cooking. A beautiful dish, Tom's real style. Yeah, it's good. I really like it. I couldn't have made it this far without you, Jack. We exchanged a firm handshake. No, it's all thanks to your own efforts, Tom. I'm looking forward to your future. Since then, I've continued as the head chef. I'm enjoying challenges set by Frederick and the quick learning of the young chefs. Jack, could you taste this? Jack, something seems missing. How can I improve it? Everyone is full of enthusiasm and dedication, constantly honing their skills. You've changed the atmosphere of the kitchen. Impressive. Frederick said one day when he called me to his office. No, I haven't done anything special, just doing what I can. I answered while scratching my cheek. I'm grateful for this wonderful environment. I'll continue to do my best. We exchanged polite thanks and shared a laugh. Frederick, let's cook together again soon. My knife skills are still sharp. I quietly continued my studies, looking forward to a cooking showdown with Frederick, and he seemed to be doing the same. Mark has become a fan of my cooking since then, often dining alone at the restaurant. Recently, for Mark's birthday, I had the honor of cooking at his home. Such experiences are rare. I'm truly grateful for them. I'm lucky to have met a skilled chef like you. Those words are too kind for me. I'll continue to improve.